Start recording. What's up? What's up? This is the breakdown for Cherry by me, I guess. So I started off with this little nice loop, and it sounds like this. So it wasn't anything crazy, really. I just kind of took out the lows right here, getting rid of all that stuff so I can make room for the bass. I took out some mids so I could have like some other things going on. Then with that, I pitched this up. I pitched the same sample up, chopped it up, and it sounds like so there's like a lot of stuff on here, so I'm not gonna the same EQ setup as the last one. Just I wanted it to be a little more mellow in the middle so that I can make room for the main melody. Put a little space enhancer on here, and then some delay, reverb, and some auto pan just to make it go across the speakers. So this is like it without the auto pan. It's really all in the middle, but then like when you put the auto pan on it, you hear how it like kind of travels. So that was cool. Those are those two parts. Then I think this is like just the snares. So the snare is really simple. Didn't do anything crazy to them. Just laid them down. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just some rim shots, some claps, and a little perk thing. Let's see. Then the hi-hats are kind of my favorite part. I kind of just like played these out, kind of just like a drunk groove was what they call it. So because like when you hear it play with the metronome, it sounds a little off. Yeah, little swing. Someone called it a fivelet, and I was like, I wasn't really thinking that hard. Let's see. And then my next favorite part, I'm gonna slide over here so you can hear all of it. My favorite part about making this was doing the kick drums really, and it's two different kicks. You got that one, which is like a little lower, and then that one, which is a little higher. So in conjunction, it makes for like a good lead in to the other kick, because this one is kind of going into like the lower one. So I didn't really do anything special to that either. Just kind of did some leveling, worked it out, but it makes it pulsate a little better, alternating kicks. Now, this is my favorite part, really, of it, is the sub, which I didn't really do much to. I think it was tuned to F at first, but I think I might have tuned it to C. I brought up the low a little bit and then side chained it to the kick, which is basically sending a signal to the kick that every time the kick plays, the bass like ducks down to a certain threshold. So I have it at like 12.7 dB, and this is what the bass sounds like. Yeah, nothing too crazy, really. then the part I laid down by just like playing stuff. So this part isn't really too crazy either. It's just it's just a main synth I got from, I think, like a Monty Booker kit, and it's just like nothing too crazy. And so when I play it, like when you play it by itself, so it's like all the harmonies are kind of like clashing together, kind of helping that main melody out a little bit, so it's not so boring. So I'm gonna play that with all the other melodies that are going on, so that way like you hear what it sounds like. So that it just like adds a little ear candy. And there's like different ones I did, but I'm not really sure like what scales I went through. Oh yeah, and just to give the track a little bit of color, I have this vinyl on it. It's not really too loud. I didn't want it too loud, but it just adds something to the track. You still get that vinyl sound because I think I have it on the main melody, I believe, with RC, which is like a really cool plugin. So I have like a little bit of noise, but it's like that noise is just on the main melody and it's not on the whole track. So I did this for like more texture type things. Let's see. And then the last thing I added was this Rhodes sound, just because I felt like the end needed something a little different, since the end slowed down a little bit, because the end went from, I think it went from 85 to 80, which isn't like a drastic change, but it does change the mood a little bit. So on this, I didn't really do anything too crazy. I think I might have boosted the reverb a little bit and the compression. I put a delay on it and then kind of automated the delay. I'll explain that later. And then, put an auto pan on it, the same way that I put the auto pan on the higher octave of the main melody, just so it can kind of sweep around the the speakers. So I'm gonna take off the reverb because it comes in pretty heavy right here. But this is what the chords sound like right here. So basically all that like really weird like wobbly stuff you heard was me automating the delay. So it kind of just spaces it out by, I believe, a certain division. So like 4 is basically like you get it like repeated for every note. So like since it's 80, it's getting repeated every beat in that. And then 5 slightly shifts it. So it gives it that kind of gliding effect when you go to like those octaves, which I thought was really cool. And so at the end I kind of like let a reverb play so it can kind of like go out, and I think I automated the track volume. Yeah, the track volume going down too, just so that you could get that. And so I did the same thing at the beginning, but I automated the track volume getting louder and made the reverb really drastic That way it feels like something's coming. And this break right here is just to get you prepared for the drop at 5. So in the beginning with so like in the beginning without the reverb, it's literally just the, but that's boring. So you give it a little bit of, flavor by like compacting it and making it sound like it's in a small room. And then I have mastering on here just to make it a little louder, and some saturation to give it some more grit. And I think I put isotope. I don't know why I put isotope vinyl on this, honestly. So then you get the beginning. Yeah, so I hope I explained everything. Thanks for watching, my brother.